Now you can hear me, right? Tell me you can hear me now. Hear me now. Apologies, people. It is gonna it is gonna be like this for a while. But you can hear me now, right? Bum. OBS has got AIDS. Don't know if anyone's got AIDS anymore, have they? Oh, Dennis is on the phone, look. But that is proper jittery, isn't it? It's saying my stream health is poor. Right, you can hear me now. Sorry, people, this is one of those things that once I get it right, it will be better. But the only way of getting it right is by learning how to use it. And the only way to learn how to use it is by using it. But, oh my God, why is it coming through so bad? Why is my stream health so bad? Let me try and change. Let me put the Wi-Fi on. Not available. That's good. Okay. Let's see if that works better than the sorry people. Talk amongst yourselves. Right, I'm now trying it on the Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi what's that green box that I've never seen before? Why is my stream settings poor? It says my stream status is poor. Excellent. It says serious issues need attention. Yeah, but it would be well handy if you could tell me out. Okay, I'm going to look and see if any of you have got any, it looks like a stop motion movie. Sounds fine though. There you go, Dennis. That's all it takes. Little bit of positivity. Let's focus on the positives. Right, let me try and sort this out, people. I'm going to go to settings. settings. Right, then I'm going to go to output. And then I'm going to change my bit rate down to 6,000. I don't know what a bit rate is. I don't know what the difference between 6,000 and 9,000 is. I may have made it worse, really, haven't I? That will have appeared not to have done anything. Bollocks. Excuse my language, but this is... Last time it said my stream health was lovely. 6,000 kilobytes per second. You'd have thought that was fast enough, wouldn't you? What else did I change? Oh, I don't need this. I've got the COOF. I'm knackered. It's so lovely to see you all here. And yet, what last time? This is what I was telling you. When I got my first key cutting machine, right? Oh, when I got my first key cutting machine, I'd never used a key cutting machine before. Let me have a look at that. Resolutions, no downscaling, common F. I don't know what all this means. Have I used the wrong encoder? I don't know what an encoder is. That changing it to 9,000 didn't change it. I'm going to put that up again. I suppose it could just be the internet, couldn't it? Right, I've just written X264 into a space. Sorry, people, I'll sort this out. It'll take about 5,000 minutes. Why is it? It's nice to see so many people here, though. Oh, this is going to be like this for a while. Right, let me have a look on YouTube and find out why. What is it? Right. Right. YouTube not receiving enough error OBS. There you go, got it. It's obviously to do with my internet, but my internet is rapid. It's got it in Hindi. Right, let's try this. 9 minutes.
I do a live stream every Saturday.
Shout out about your
Idea of whether you can fix it or not. So let's jump right into OBS and get started. Before we get started,
can you hear that, fella? I might as well show you what I'm watching. How do I do this? I go like that. I go like that, and I go like that. Yeah, this is what I'm watching. I'm sharing it with you. Let me know if you can hear that, by the way. Can you hear that?
We need to give you a way to actually visually see what is going on with your live stream. And so to do this, we're going to go up to View and we're going to select Docs, and we want the Stats doc. Sometimes this Stats doc, when it first appears, is just going to be a window over top of your OBS.
There's my
you
stats.
can just drag it and drop it into any location on your screen. I usually like to have mine above my image.
Oh, do you?
Once we have this up here, this is going to tell us exactly what's going wrong with our stream.
Go on then.
Here we are in OBS. If you've seen my live streams, you recognize this is my same overlay that I always use.
I'll crack on.
I broadcast in 1920 by 1080, so that is the settings that I have right now. Let's go live and see what happens with just my standard overlay setup. You can see right off the bat, if I sway from side to side with my camera, we're already getting some encoding lagging. That means that frames are being dropped on my live stream. So how do you know whether it's a connection problem or a computer problem? Well, that one's really easy to troubleshoot. If you look down here in the bottom right hand corner, you see it's green. I'm producing at a specific bit rate and we're not dropping any frames.
Right, mine was green, but that's gone.
Actual connection to the internet is capable of sustaining the output
mine's
that I'm giving
green.
it.
I should be
On
good.
the other hand, you can see when I scroll up and look at my stats, I'm getting frames lag due to encoding and frames lag due to rendering.
I've got an 83. I've got an 83% skipped frames. Right, okay.
Specifically a measurement of how fast your machine can take the
You
image that
leave
you're
my machine
producing
alone.
and send it out to the live stream. Rendering is specifically the way that your machine actually creates the image that you're going to be sending out. So we're looking basically at the input and the output side of the stream. One of the pieces is putting the image together, the other piece is encoding that image to send it out. Just swaying side to side obviously gives us some encoding problems right off the bat.
All right, I've got
My
that.
Mac is not able to encode this stream fast enough to stream at 30 frames per second. And we see right off the bat that it's definitely not a problem
I'm
with
on
our
60
internet
frames
connection.
per
It's a
second.
problem with the
That's
actual
far
computer.
too much.
And you can
for
also
me, innit?
verify that your connection is good by flipping over to YouTube,
Right,
and it tells me I have
some
an excellent
reason,
connection on this stream.
I shouldn't be at 60 frames per second, should I? Because if he's at 30, right? How do I change my FPS? No idea. I go to settings. Right, yeah, I'll show you all this. So, problem is, right, frames per second, output. Where's FPS? Where's frames per second? Let me see if the chat can help, because I can't see the chat. Does anyone know what I have to do? Someone's saying good vid, you cheeky bastards. MCJ Dubpower said I might go HD. I'm just not. It's just not working, is it? All right. Anyone know how to help me? How do I change the frames per second on? Covey Clown says just what I need, another acid stream. Mousecat says listen to him, stop chatting. All right, I will stop chatting, but I won't because I gibber to myself anyway. What I need to do is sort out my frames per second. How the hell do you do that? Does anyone in the chat know? Someone here must know. No one does, do they? Rags, do you use OBS at all? Oh, here we go. The one under. Enable advanced settings. Oh, I like you. There you go, the one under. So enable advanced settings to show it. Right, so there's my settings. You can see that on the screen. I'll make it... Right, I'll make that bigger for you. Right, there's... So I'm in advanced. Look, that is advanced. Output mode, advanced. So where's me? Maybe because I've already started the stream. I don't know. I can change the rate control, but that's meant to be CBR. CPU usage preset. Higher, less CPU. Doesn't make any sense to me. Profile, main. I just put that in there. There was nothing in there before. I'll take that out. I just added that. Surely it's got to be there. But if the audio's working, let's go to video. Common frames per second. There we go. Why can't I change that? Why don't we change it? Maybe because I've already started streaming. Maybe you can't. Your output is active. Turn off output to change video settings. Ah, bollocks. So I wonder if I can pause the stream, change it, and then come back. I'm going to give that a go, all right? So I will disappear, but I should be able to come back. If I don't, I'll just have to knock up another stream. This is fun. Right, stop streaming. What? Stop streaming. I'll see you in a minute. Are you sure you want to stop? Yeah, I should be able to come back into this stream, people. Maybe I'm back. Has it been as easy as I thought and I'm actually back? Am I back? Please tell me I'm back. I'm hoping that I'm back. Audio okay and backware. But it looks like it's still a bit... But now it says my stream health is excellent. Can you see that? Look, excellent. Stream is healthy. But as far as I can see, I'm still buffering like a beagle. Resurrected. That bastard Lartus has called my stream gay. It is Gay Pride Month, you realise, Luminatus. So I'm surprised you're not out dancing amongst your fairy friends. Right, I think we're good, aren't we? Is it all good? Yeah. All right. Look at that old boy. Still thinks he's got it. Is it buffered? It's buffering. Thank you, Emma. It hasn't fixed the problem. All right. Maybe if I can whack me output back up to 9,000. Oh, that is up at 9,000. Maybe if I can put that up to... What is all this? I'll put it on ultra fast. I don't even know what that is. Ultra fast CPU setting. It says my stream is healthy. Why isn't it then? Oh, I hate all this. You know what? I might just have to go back to... It's just not working, is it? Let me check out my internet speed on my phone. This is going to cost me my channel, all this, isn't it? No, man, I'm at like 200 megabytes per second. Sure, it says my stream is healthy. It says my stream status is excellent. Buffering. It hasn't begun, Tricky. It's not working. My upload is a little bit slow, in fairness. 142. What? Trying to sell me holidays to China. I'm still dropping frames like a beagle, though. Oh, hang on. Now, look, I'm dropping no frames. Skipped frames. Look, you can see that there, look. Skipped frames due to encoding lag, 0%. Frames missed to rendering lag, 0%. Dropped frames, 1.2. I take it 1.2 is quite bad. Megabits per second, not bytes. Thank you. I've been muted for all of that time, haven't I? I was saying so much. I've been muted for about 5 minutes, haven't I? That's why there was so many donations coming through. I was thinking, how nice is that? People are loving what I'm saying about Made in England. I am so embarrassed. I am so embarrassed. Am I going to say all... Right, what was the last... Right, I will read those. Did you hear me singing? Did we get as far as that? I was even reading the chat, but the thing is, I get things like JP saying things like best content ever, and I see that and think, oh, he's enjoying it. You know, and then I see things like the chin effect covers all my... Right, well, I'm going to start again. Right, where are we? Let's go back, because it's only right. First things first. Right. First things first. Thank you, Made in England. Thanks for the years of entertainment, Chris. Can bung you a 5 spot now. I've got off the gear and clean again. First things first. Can we have an M or a Made in the chat for Made in England? Because very few people manage that. And that is a good thing for society and for Made in England. I'm assuming you're female. It'd be weird otherwise. But I will get that ball rolling because that is an excellent achievement of a scrub. There you go. Good Lord. You really were telling me, weren't you? Thank you, people. Look at all those M's. There you go, Made in England. And I'll sing the song again. Oh, hang on. Da 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 da. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Still as much excitement as last time. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da. He's a woman. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Run behind me, kids. Da-da-da-da. Shroll Farris is dead. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-bam. There you go. That's the second time I've sat in this room on my own and done that tonight. And my neighbours, I can see them looking out of the window just over there. Good Lord. Right, the next part of the story was, I don't know how you're feeling now. I don't know how long it's been, but that is a massive achievement. I think it's something like, for 4 people who get a taste for the gear, 1 dies, 1 ends up in prison, 1 stays on it for the rest of their life, and 1 gets clean. 1 in 4. So you've done something miraculous. And the little story I told you, seeing as it's Gay Pride decade, I might as well share this. When I got back from Thailand, I couldn't walk. When I was in Thailand, it took me about 4 weeks to be able to stand upright without the use of a wall for support. 4 weeks. Because I didn't taper or anything. I went from 1 gram a day of white heroin to nothing. I thought, oh, you'll be all right. You know, there's nice girls out here and that. And so by the time I got back to England, about 9 weeks later, I was just a dishevelled, broken, mentally deranged, knives on the sister. And I was sitting outside Bar Italia, just feeling sorry for myself and like a tin of broken biscuits. And Boy George came up to me and he went, "Hello, you all right?" Because I was like, I went, "No." He went, "What's up?" And he could smell the self-pity, and it was as well. I wanted people to come and go, "Oh, you're all right, you're all right." I was, because I've been in Thailand and I'd had plenty of that, if you know what I mean. And he wasn't having none of it. He went, "What's up with you?" And I said, "I'm fucked." I said, "I'm absolutely shattered." He went, "Hang on, didn't you go to Thailand to get clean?" And I went, "Yeah." He went, "Did you do it?" I went, "Yeah." He went, "Well, you're not weak then, are you? You're not broken. You're not. He said, "You're exceptionally strong." He said, "There's few people who get off that stuff." And I thought, you know what? You're fucking right. Dun 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 da 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 da. Another cup of tea. Da 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 da. And just thinking that, he fucked off then. But just thinking, hang on a minute, what is all this doom and gloom? What is all this, "Oh, I'm broken"? I thought, hang on, I just jumped on an aeroplane. I took enough for the flight. I hate shooting up in aeroplane toilets. I've had them knock on the door before as well, because I've been in there for too long. I'm coming out in a minute. I'm all right. Please, please don't come in. But then I just got to Patong. And, I know I'm all in Patong. You'll read all about this in my book next decade. And I've gone in my room and they're all like, "Oh, it's lovely to see you. How long are you here for?" And I'm like, well, probably about another 8 hours in terms of being available. And then it just done it. But well done, made in England. Sorry I keep picking my teeth. I had to have some carbs before the show because of the COOFED and that. Anyway, I've got to thank you, Made in England, for the donation, and really well done. Listen, and also remember why you went and put yourself through that nightmare, or whether you've done it at home, whatever. Remember why you've done it, because it's easy to forget. It is easy to forget. One of the ironies, or almost contradictions. I say that for pizzle. One of the contradictions of getting clean is there's a bit in your head where you think, well, hang on a minute, it ain't that hard, is it? I got off it. And as the weeks, months and years pile up, you're like, yeah, well, I got off it. You know, ain't that hard. I only went, you know, a couple of weeks in bed or a couple of months in rehab. And you think, I'd hardly get addicted if I had just one go. And then before you know it, you're around your mate's house again thinking, fuck it, now have we really got to nick some lamb again? But just remember where you come from and it will keep you focused where you're going. Great work. Great work. Right, let me go through my deliberately muted grift now. See how I've done. Alan tried to help me. Thank you, Alan. 42 tried to help me, saying it's a mime show. That's up there. Pax Max dropped 20 big ones. To celebrate the Mute West stream, I'm uncorking the fresh bottle of Lafroig PS cask. Are you really, Pax Max? Are you having a drink? Oh, it's Saturday, isn't it? You have a drink at the weekend. Do you want to come on for a chat? Lord knows I'd sort that out on OBS. Might be worth a try, though. Know what I'm saying, Pax Max? Enjoy your bottle of Lafroig PX cask. I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. Thank you, Pax Max. That's a price you're going to cuckoo. Rollo tried to help. You're muted, old chap. It's kind of funny. Let me tell you all something really funny about Brick Dictator. I tried to mute my kid, but you turned off instead. So I was there making a noise. His kid was there making a noise. And he was probably going, oi, I'm trying to watch YouTube. And then I muted. And he was probably like, nah, either one of them. Listen, people, I use a bit of software to gather YouTube channels to use as influencers. And so what you do with this software is you say, how many subscribers do you want your influencer YouTuber? You can get the same software works for Instagram and all the other platforms, but I was using it for YouTube. How many subscribers? So between 20,000 and 400,000, for instance. How much engagement with their? It's a weird little equation actually. It's something like views divided by comments. It's a weird little. The way they gauge engagement is weird, but views divided by comments or something. What age group, demographic of viewers? All stuff you can get out the API of YouTube. And then once you've put all your, you're trying to find people who watch channels who are most likely to buy the product you're promoting, and then you can do an affiliate. When you watch a YouTube channel and they go, I've now got to sell you something. Have you ever considered that you've got hairy eyes? Well, the new eye shaver, watch, is a great tool. And before I had it, people always said to me, man, your eyes are hairy. The eye shaver, link in description. It really helps the channel. Thanks. Well, that's influencer marketing. So this software, you got your product you want to market, and you put in all your your metrics. I want this, and then it will list them. And so it will give you like 100 YouTube channels that fit your requirements. So we done this a couple of weeks ago for a bit of marketing we're doing, and one of the channels was Brick Dictators, and I didn't tell my business partner that I knew him. And so an automatic email goes out, and I get an email back from him, and he says, I think 12-year-olds watch my channel. He's got. I'll tell you what though, Brick Dictator, I didn't think that was your audience, because I watch your videos. I love them. It's a bit gory for 12-year-olds, when their heads explode and all that. People watching it, not knowing what that would mean, that you're probably thinking, what? They're plastic. It is very good though. But I knew you'd get that, and I thought that might tickle you. I haven't replied. I got your email back as well. Don't think I've replied yet, but I did have a look at the link you sent me as well. Anyway, I'm just chatting with you now. Thank you for the donation. I hope you appreciated that email. The boy Campbell tried to help out. been mute. Oh my God, it was long before. You know, people, I'm still trying to get my head around OBS, and, you know, it's got its problems. And Dr. Climate Abortion really puts the boot in. Honestly, your best work thus far. Cheers. Cheers. Now, listen, people, I've got something really funny. So, I've got to show you it. I've got to show you it. There's some. So your friends of mine, Trigonometry, the grift continues. They got their bank done the off on them. Now, I don't support that. I don't like them. I don't like their Windows Vista 5 years old content. But I don't, you know, you can't support that. If you support it for them, you support it for everyone. But they're on locals now, and a mate said to me, he said, have a look at their locals advert. You just see how bad they are at this job. You know, if you look at their channel, they just bring on people that have got an audience, and all their videos with like Douglas Murray, Jordan Peterson, they've got massive views because Jordan Peterson's got massive views. Douglas Murray's, you know, these people have got big audiences. When it's just them two, not so much. So, but when you look at their locals, in like a 2-minute video, everything you need to know. We're going to look at it together now. And there's a couple of amazing things. Would you believe me if I told you, let me do the maths. For $2,400 a year, $2,400 a year, you get a mug. But it's the same one that they use on the channel. Oh, wow. Let's have a look at their locals advert. I was in tears. There's so many things to point out about it. I only found out what locals was the other day, and I was talking to a mate, and he said, "Oh, you've got to watch the Trigonometry ad." He said it's cracking. All right, let me find it, and then I'll mute myself and wreck the next 20 minutes of this video. All right, hang on. Triggered, Trigonometry, triggered. Where are you triggered, mate? There's such the Windows Vista of content creation. What a weird Freudian slip that was. I forgot to write the no. Right, here we go. I don't want to read all that rubbish. Oh, no, don't tell me they've got rid of their advert. No, here we go.
Hi, guys.
Right, hang on. We've got to have it from the top. Doesn't work very well, locals. It won't. The volume and the play button. I know you can't see it. Right, let's see if I can work this out now. Order, move to the top. Right, that's right. Don't worry, that is meant to be like that. Hello again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right, so we can watch this together. Actually, I can be a little bit bigger than that. Let's do a bit of that. There you go. There. I'm going to probably be right over Francis's syrup there. Right, let's watch this. You should be able to hear it. Right.
Hi, guys.
Right, before we start, look at Snogging on the right there. Looks like they forgot to turn his life support machine on. Why does he always look like he's just been sentenced to death? And look at Francis, right? Now, I've got something. Remind me to tell you a little story about Francis that I haven't ever told anyone. I'll tell you afterwards. It's a cracker as well. Look at Francis. Let me just get... Oh, wrong one. Let me just get myself out of the way. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Francis, those glasses, you've got to remember, they were actually a choice. Now, that might have been his mother's choice, but it was still a choice. And also, let's see if we can just have a little look at that. Look at that Barnet. Look at that. The only bloke in the world who goes into a hairdresser's and says, "Can you make it look like a wig, please?" "Certainly, sir." And they have. While we've got it zoomed in, I mean, look at that. Look at Bela Lugosi there. You wouldn't have him come and stay at your house, would you? Your kids wouldn't be able to sleep. Mum, when's that strange man leaving? I can't sleep. It's giving me nightmares. Look at him. But pay attention to him, because trust me, he's pretty much like that for the whole video. Right. Now, first thing I want you to note is the streaming by the YouTube by numbers. When Francis actually starts this video with, "Hi guys," I mean, just gross. Yeah, ready?
Hi guys, and
hi guys. I'm just going to check that you can hear.
thank
all
you
this.
for joining. Locals, you are going to...
Bollocks. I'm just going to trust you can hear it. Let's turn the volume up a bit. Did you also note, listen to him, he says, "Hi guys, thank you for joining." Listen to "thank you for joining." He sounds like the copper off of Hello Hello. Ready?
Hi guys, and thank you for joining. Local...
He even says "loicals." Thank you for joining, loicals. What an amazing catastrophe of vowels. Hi guys, and thank you for joining, loicals. Ready? Listen to it. Hang on.
Hi guys, and thank you for joining. Locals, you are going to...
Right, let me just check to see that you're all getting this. I need to see it. Can you hear it all right? There you go. Right, you've got it all. Okay, no problem. Let's get back to joining locals. How do I... Oh, go on, piss off. How do I get back to the... All right, press that. Shut that. Oh, come on. There we go. There they are. Hi, guys.
Hi guys, and
Thank you for joining locals. All right. Right. Well, look at his... Hang on. Anyway, right, place your bets now. Place your bets now on what do you think Constantine will start talking about? What will his part in this be? Will it be content? Will it be grifting? Yeah, I've kind of given the game away. Anyway, Francis is about to say absolutely twice in the same sentence. So let's go back to joning. I'll turn it up a bit. And we'll take it from the top again. Here we go. I'll try and let it play a bit.
Hi guys, and thank you for joining. Locals, you are going to absolutely love it here. There is an absolute wealth of things to do here, whether it's to chat to other people, whether it's to laugh at memes, or whether...
Yeah, you heard him right. Hi, young people of the internet. What? Look at old Snoggins. Snoggins done an eye block when Foster actually said, "There's so many things, amazing things to do here. Chat to people, laugh at memes." But you see him he sort of hesitates before he says it, because he realises it's a fucking YouTube channel. There's not loads of things, amazing things to do. You can watch them two talking and you can chat in the box. You know, laugh at memes, that doesn't count as something to do. But let's suffer it again, because I want to hear him say joning. But watch the really small hesitation when he chat to people, laugh at memes. Oh, great.
Hi guys, and thank you for joining. Locals, you are going to absolutely love it here.
Right.
There is an absolute wealth of things to
Absolute, great. At least you're not in the word game.
do here, whether it's to chat to other people, whether it's to laugh at memes, or...
Look how much Snoggin's laughing at memes. Look, I'll tell you why Snoggin ain't laughing, because Francis knows he's being jogged on soon. If you go to their YouTube channel and click the videos tab so that you see all their videos, for the first like 40, Francis ain't even in any of the thumbnails, because Kissing is on a mission, isn't he? Kissing wants to be like the female Kate Smurthwaite, like the sort of slightly dissident star of daytime TV, like, you know, loose women kind of tier political discourse. And Francis, I mean, unless he's prepared to do the paperwork and wipe Kissing's ass, there's not much else for him to do. If you watch him on the streams, all he does is bark like a seal. It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's laugh at memes and see what else is on here.
For things to do here, whether it's to chat to other people, whether it's to laugh at memes, or whether it's to get triggered by everybody else.
Oh my God, get triggered. So what you can do at locals is watch them on YouTube. That's it. You can watch a YouTube channel. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't try and spin it for the dollars. Come and join us on locals. There's loads to do. You can watch us. You can laugh at memes. You can watch other people get triggered. Right. Now let's see how much that's going to cost us. Let's have a look.
Indeed. But if you are joining us for the first time, let's say you haven't supported us on Patreon,
Supported, paid.
Subscribe Star, or PayPal before.
Look at him rank them all out. Subscribe Star, Patreon, bank transfer, you name it. I've got a card machine in my bag if you want it.
Just a quick rundown of the things that you get by being a supporter of ours here.
Hang on a minute. Did Francis do a guilty little Adams? Where is Francis Adams' apple? What kind of chinek is that? Chinek? He's got no Adam's apple. Francis isn't trans. I'll tell you why I know that. I mean, looking at him, he does pass as a bloke, but he also passes as a woman. When I get to the story, Francis will be watching this, by the way. Hello, Francis. You know what story's coming, don't you? Oh, yeah. Don't worry about that. You must be well chuffed. But I think what you see is the guilty grift of his Adam's apple move when old Snogging gets onto what you get for your dollars.
By being a supporter.
There you go. Did you see it? Did you see it? Like a little frog gullet. Look.
That you get by being a supporter.
Look at the micro expression on that. I want to try and get the pause on it. Hang on. Here it is. Look. That is a total giveaway. Total giveaway. That is the 8th micro expression. It's the one that says we're grifted.
Being a supporter of ours here. If you give us the basic $7, you get access to all the hidden behind the scenes content.
Yeah, but behind the scenes hidden? It's a YouTube channel. Behind the scenes content. What? More YouTube content. Okay, that seems to be worth 84 quid a year.
Early notice of episodes and stuff like that.
Early notice of episodes. Oh, we've got an episode coming out next week, but because you're a member, you can find out a couple of days later that it's coming out next week. And notice he says, and other stuff like that. What other stuff is like that? Late notice. There's not many other things like early notice.
That is only available for paid supporters. Right. If you give us over $25 a month, you also get a trigonometry mug like the
300 quid for their mug. But I just want you to note the gusto with which he says they're just like the ones we use. And this is where I realise that their target audience, eye blocking from Francis. Francis has got a bit of Bell's palsy on the go there. If you look closely, that his left eye, that seems to be taking a bit of a tumble. You might want to get a CT scan there, Francis. They've got them for like animals like sea lions and that. I'm sure you'll be able to fit in one. Here we go. But check out the excitement. Just like the ones we use on the channel. 10-year-old children.
$5 a month, you also get a trigonometry mug like the ones that we use on set. At $50, in addition to the mug, you also get to join our monthly Zoom calls with our tier 4 and above fans, which have been absolutely delightful over the
Most delightful. They've been delightful. I tell you what, that's what, 600 quid a year. I'll give you 600 quid, Francis, if I don't have to partake in one of those. Fucking hell. Can you imagine the sort of people you'd have to spend time with? The slither of the population that they have created who will pay 600 quid to talk to these two goons? No. I don't want to be near them. I don't want to know they exist.
last few months. And if you're one of our amazing top dogs...
Look at the grift on him. Just check it. I couldn't do it. And if you're one of our amazing top tier, he's about to ask for $2,500 a year. And you know what you get for that? You get to talk to these two dolts twice. £2,400 a year. They won't give it to you on the first month because that's only 250 quid. They're going to want to make sure you've paid the lot. 2,400 to talk to these two. They've both put their comedy careers on the back burner, you might have noticed. They were never on the front burner. They done a couple of gigs at their mates' venues and that, but these two were never comedians. Kissing rode the waves of his Kate Smurthwaite daytime TV dissidents for a while with a crappy hack Edinburgh show, but they're not comedians. And now they're just $2,500 to talk to us. Yeah, all right, that sounds like a great deal. Where don't I sign? Hang on, let me just disappear myself because I want you to see Kissing again going, and if you're one of our amazing top tier, top dog supporters, it's disgusting, Kissing. Here we go.
Months. And if you're one of our amazing top dog supporters, that is people who give us over $200 a month or more, then you also, in addition to the mug and the monthly calls,
you don't want to be saying the word mug in the same sentence at $200 a month, mate. Look at every time one of the other one's talking, the other one looks like they're dying. It's happened all the way through this video.
You get a 1-on-2 call with us a couple of times a year.
That'll be amazing.
Where we chat to you about why you feel so strongly, what issues you think are important,
I'd like to talk about the way you told a girl who was a victim of the grooming gangs that when white people collectivise, remember history. That ain't a good way to go. I'd like to talk about when Francis called me a smelly little racist. Yeah. How about when you called me a Nazi or something like that? Or you're not actually a free speech channel, are you? No, you just seen where the lucre is. Dirty bastards. Here we go.
You should think about talking to our guests about, and you're making the show the success that it is.
And remember, stay at home, give us money, save lives.
And there you go, little bit of irony to end the affair. Shocking stuff, real shocking stuff. I'll be honest with you, I give Trigonometry, their numbers are going down. Their viewing numbers are terrible. They have the occasional hit because Jordan Peterson goes on there or whatever. Someone's funding that, by the way. But when it's just them two, it's like 15, 20,000 views. Bye, lads. Bye, see you soon. Right, where are we? Talking about grifting. How's the chat going? Could you hear all that? John said stop. How do I get that? There you go. Stop. It's unpleasant stuff, isn't it? There are a couple of really... So, listen, here's the story. Now, to avoid implicating myself, this is how I'm going to tell it. I was at the Edinburgh Festival once, because I used to do stand-up, as you know. And I thought I'd go and get a sauna. A sauna. And someone said to me, you gonna, when you're up here? I said, yeah, I'm going now. And he said, I'll come with you. I went, all right. So we've gone to this sauna. They're legal in Scotland, by the way, the saunas. They're just brothels. And he's on the door outside going, oh, I don't know if what do I do? What do I just said? Just fucking grow up. She'll take over, don't worry. When you're a nervous little schoolboy, she'll just get the job done because she wants the money. You'll be all right. We've gone in there. This bag of nerves behind me, like, couldn't like look anyone in the eye, like head down, like, and I went, all right there. I said, I want a sauna, so does my mate. I said, can I have her? Quickly picked the salt. Left the sort of also rans behind. All right, there you go, mate. Take your pick. I'll see you in about an hour. So I've pissed off and, had a sauna. When I come back in there, he's in there sitting down, like cigarette, feet up. He's going, yeah. He said, I usually play to about 100 people a day. He was giving it the right large. Suddenly, he was all their best mate. He couldn't get out of there. He thought well, I wouldn't say I'm a professional as such, but I'm in demand on the circuit. Let's just say that much. And then he told me not to tell anyone, so I didn't. Okay. Oh, no, absolutely. I knew that as soon as I walked in there. I thought, hang on, there's an issue with 2, but because he doesn't know the ropes, I was in there like, I done like a Blade Runner scan of the place. You know how it works, Skin. All those places have got one winner. Oh, John says Unwashed has been giving him an hiding, has he? I tell you what. I don't like him because he lied about me live on a stream, and he didn't know I was watching. He didn't know I was watching, and when he lied about me, and it was to do with my relationship with someone who I respect, and I called him on it. I went, that's a lie. And live on the stream, he went, oh, come on. He went, I'm just filling time. I've got 2 hours here. I thought, yeah, you don't fill time by lying about my relationships with people that matter to me. And that was a bit much for me. And then he started telling me, don't you dare talk about Lucy Brown, and started shouting at me about some bird. It was like, steady. But to give him his credit, he did, in the past, he absolutely did cause them problems. When he was raiding their chat, it was working. They're not to be trusted. They're not to be trusted. I think they're bad actors. I think they've got very little interest in politics, very little interest in culture. I don't trust them. And so if he's still busy with that, then fair play to him, Rollo says, was it the Blair Street sauna? It wasn't the Blair Street sauna, but I think that was the one that sponsored my show. Because my show, Sex Tourist, if you took my flyer to, I think it was the Blair Street one, you got 10% off. I can't say for sure, but the address rings a bell, Do you know the one number 9 that used to be behind that sort of archway down, that bit at the bottom? I can't remember what it's called. Cowgate? There's like an arch, and there used to be one round there called number 9. It might have been that one, but I don't know. But yeah, it was a funny old day. He was giving it the right lot. He walked in there a guilty schoolboy, and he come out thinking he was in Casablanca or something. Nice one for the donation, Rollo. On the same page has dropped another scoring. Did you shag his bird? He said you could, remember? Hang on. That rings a bell on the same page. That rings a bell. I'm sort of, I can't place it, but you're not altogether wrong. There's something there, but I can't fill in the gaps. I'll have to have a think about that. There's something there. Yeah, that's interesting. I can't remember the rest of it. Nice one, people, for the donations. Right, I've got something else to show you as well now. Sure I have. Let me just have a look in my l'histoire. What's the time? Oh God, it's gone 2 o'clock in the morning. How long have I been going for, people? 52 years nearly. What have I got for you? I'm sure I've got something good for you. Let me just find it. Oh, have you all seen that Stephen Crowder malarkey? Have you seen it? The way he talks to his missus. Now, if you haven't seen it, well, I'm sure most of you have. Give me a 1 in the chat if you've seen the Stephen Crowder and his pregnant missus having a little tete-a-tete, shall we say. Thank you, on the same page. I'm sorry I can't help you with that, the rest of that story. Hello, Blogs. Blogs is on the firm. True enough. What? Me doing the off with the salt? I'll tell you what, she had some cannons on her. Hello, Jessica. Oh, hello, JP. If you really want it, JP. Okay, so loads of people have had a look. All right, I'll find it and we'll watch it. All right, hang on. It's actually his wife, isn't it? The problem is most of the videos I'll find are going to be people talking about it rather than just the footage. But I'm going to come in with a slightly different approach. I mean, I've got this version I watched here from a behavioural analyst. We don't really need. I just want the content. I think I can skip through this and just watch the content. It'll probably copyright me though. Let me see if I can just find the video. If anyone knows I can find. Why am I just so low down there? Aye. Apparently they're getting divorced. I see the Young Turks have jumped on it. I don't know. All right, here we go. I think I've got it. All right, let's have a look at this. So, on the off chance you don't know, Stephen Crowder is the largest conservative YouTuber. He has managed with very good legal representation to keep a YouTube channel. He then got away from that. He said, I can't be dependent on them anymore, and he does the Mug Club. He's made millions. I'm talking about millions. He's made an absolute fortune, and fair play to him. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But he was the largest of the conservative YouTube channels. I think that's fair to say. Right, hang on. Right, so hopefully you'll be able to hear this. Usual. I'm getting my head around this OBS now. So I'm going to mute myself and forget to turn it off. And we'll just watch the whole thing. Yeah, it's 3.5. We won't watch the whole thing because I'll get a copyright claim. We'll watch about we'll watch enough of it to get an idea, all right? Oh, I don't need to mute myself because I've got my headphones on. Here we go.
Because I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary in abusive and cruel. You are not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There's no groceries. I'd be happy.
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How do you man? How do you man receive love and respect? No. How do you man? No, you're not taking the car.
Stephen,
You're not taking the car.
Stephen,
You are not.
then I will ask someone to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not about Stephen.
Give it an Uber.
Okay, Stephen, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Stephen.
Like, I can't
Stephen.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
See,
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Stephen,
You're making it work.
Right, so you get the idea, right? You get the idea. I'll be interested to see what 42's got to say about this, actually. I'm sure he's watched it, and if he hasn't, he should do. I'm going to give you my input, and I don't know if this will be very popular, actually, but I don't say things because they're popular. I say things because they're what I think, and they're what I believe. I'll be interested to see what you lot think, actually. Let me see what... Well, here's what I think. He's just been through... I will get to her. He's just been through a load of dramas. His life has been endlessly stressing. I've got a part-time YouTube channel, right? It's a part-time thing. In the old days, the YouTube channel was a bit of fun that you just done, and YouTube were great, and, you know, you could make a few quid and have a bit of fun. But it's not like that anymore because they've changed it and they're trying to corporatize it. And to have a successful YouTube channel, not successful in the way I see successful as in we've got a lovely community here and it's a bit of fun. But, you know, to have it, like, to have one that's got like over 100,000 subscribers, for instance, you've got to toe the line and you've got to get 2 or 3 different cameras, sound technicians, editors, lighting. It's not what it used to be, right? And he's done this for about 8 or 9 years. Last year, he nearly died. He had to have his ribs opened out. He had to have his heart taken out. All crazy stuff. And it took him a long time to recover. And he's just been through some other recent sicknesses, right? She's pregnant. So he's a ball of absolute stress anyway. She's pregnant, which must be another insane ball of stress. You know, imagine being pregnant. And by the look of it, she's like second trimester. Yes, it is mid-divorce now. 42 says it's quite complicated and it's mid-divorce. Yeah, you add that to the situation. So she looks sort of second, at least towards the end of the second trimester. There's a big old baby in there. And so she's stressed to fuck as well. So the pair of them are having a bit of an hard time. And it's mid-divorce. Now, I reckon you'd be lying if you've ever been in a relationship and things ain't going too well in the relationship. And something stupid happens, like you spill a cup of tea. Or your girlfriend slams the door, like, not like deliberately, just lets go of it and the wind catches it or something. And rather than being lovers in the first glorious 6 months of your relationship, the situation is used to have a dig. Just to have a dig. You know, you're not actually looking for solutions. You're trying to be an arsehole. And we've all done it. We've all done it. Men especially do that, because men don't tend to be in that situation so much up for talking about it. But they will have a pop like that because that's how they deal with other men. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just a thing they do. Women, not so much, but women will do their own negative thing. They'll find their own ways to get at you that aren't productive, that aren't looking for solutions. You know, when your relationship's a little bit tense and you're trying to do the best you can and you decide to go to a restaurant, and she'll look at a bloke who's there in his nice suit and he's, looks really good, and you're all fucking knackered and drawn because you've been in and out of court for 5 years, and she's only got to look at him 3 times and you're like, you fucking bitch. And not all conversations in even healthy relationships will occasionally be a bit shitty. They just will. That happens. And that's what I see there. I see a couple who are mid-divorce. I see a couple who haven't been getting on. They're under massive stress. And it's just immature. It's bringing out those immature little schoolboy and schoolgirl. Well, if I can't go out. Well, I can't go out if you can't go out. Now, is she as bad as him in that clip? Not at all. She's not into it. She's like, oh, for fuck's sake, I just want to find a solution. He doesn't. He's trying to be an arsehole. But my point is, we all do that occasionally. We do it with our friends. We do it with our lovers. Not so much as we get older, but in our 20s and our 30s, we can be a bit like that. I think, even with my girlfriend now, who I love more than any girl I've ever loved, I think you could probably grab 3 minutes from the last 5 years. I'm thinking of a moment right now where she'd been a bit moody when we'd been out, right? And when we got home, I was a bit pissed off with her because I was really looking forward to going out and meeting up with some mates. And because she couldn't join in the conversation because we're all speaking very fast English, and when there's 4 of you can't keep stopping and going to her and explaining it. So I just thought, well, this is one of those times like when I go out of her, she'll just have to take it. And when we got home, she didn't do anything or say anything, but she made it clear that she wasn't happy. And out of the blue, I said to her, because she wasn't living at my house, I said to her, you do remember this is my house? And she was like, yeah. I said, and you do remember I get to choose who's in my house? And she went, yeah. And I said, I don't need you to be here. I have you here because I want you here. Now, if you saw just that, I'd look like an arsehole, a real arsehole. But she'd already been an arsehole. And I was trying to let her know that just because we're a couple, I don't put up with this. This is my house. And you don't just get to sit here and huff and puff. And in the end, I went, actually, you've got to go now. And she went, no. I said, you don't get to say no. This is my house. Get your stuff and go. And if you saw that little bit, if that was shown to you lot, we've got footage of Dangerfield abusing his missus, I'd be embarrassed if you saw it. Not because of what I said, because what I said was absolutely legitimate, but because you don't know what was going on around it, we immediately assume the worst. It doesn't look good. Now, am I saying Stephen Crowder is totally innocent here? No, he's being an arsehole. But that's all he's been. He's been a bit of a childish arsehole. And we're all childish arseholes occasionally. That's just it. We're not perfect. And in relationships, especially in relationships, whether it's family, whether it's family, lovers or friends, We've all had those times where we've tried to push buttons. And I think a lot of the reaction videos I've seen to that, the Young Turks, H3H3, you know, they're just milking the fuck out of it. They're making out he's like some sort of Jeffrey Dahmer character. Like that Ethan from H3H3. I'll tell you what, I'd rather spend a fortnight locked in a shed with Stephen Crowder than 10 minutes locked in a shed with Ethan. I mean, what is he? Hello. And his fucking smackhead girlfriend. Don't say you hadn't thought it. Let's have a little look at... There you go. Look at Mouse Cat. That's the one. Wait, well, I'll tell you what. That you've just reminded me of the other thing we've got to have a look at. Exactly, Blogster. Exactly. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as the left are trying to make it out to be. It's not pleasant, but humans aren't always pleasant. Right, what did I want to show you? Tate. Right, how am I going to find this? The show's called Whatever. Right, chat, I need your help. I'll deal with a couple of entropys while I'm waiting for it. What is Andrew Tate's business partner's name? He's like a sort of a Andrew Tate light. Not that good at it either. On the same page, drops another score on the door. Second trimester. Was she Scorpio Sagittarius? Oh, why is that not on there? I was never good at maths. Oh, I was guessing as well. I don't know about pregnancies. My mate's missus is in her second trimester. That's the only reason I said it. Nice one, same pager. Did I actually say thank you to you, Brick Dictator, for that? Well, I'll thank you now. Coming at me with the maths. Right, what's Tate's... Tristan, is it? Is it his brother? Yeah, he looks a bit like him. I don't know, does he? No, I'm with you, Jared. I mean, you know, I used to watch H3H3. They used to be a bit like us, didn't they? And they've just, you know, they're just the Young Turks. Really weird. Skin and Tonic said that Albert, hello Skin, is spot on. I want to see what Albert says to measure it up. The fact she put a clip out into the public domain of a private conversation needs to be taken into consideration is a pretty low. There you go. So he had a little dig at her. That's what he done. He had a little dig at her. He wanted to piss her off. He wanted to tell her he was pissed off. And she wanted to tell him she was pissed off. But she done it in a way where his career's fucked. Which seems a little bit more savage than what he done. Otto says, I wish I recorded with my missus. Sorry, Otto, that comes across as... Context matters, mate. But I know what you mean. Mr. Campbell drops a Lady Godiva in. He says, I'm about 60 seconds behind, but I like how balanced you're being about it. It's easy to pile on. It's not easy to be nuanced and likely piss folks off. Nice one, Stephen. Well, you know, that's what I thought when I like that body language expert, but I felt like he milked it to sort of have, you know, it's easy to say, oh, look at Stephen Crowder being an arsehole. And I sat back and I thought to myself, can I honestly say I haven't been an arsehole like that to girlfriends? Just because we do it like that sometimes. It's easier to, what would the word be? Sublimate. You know, sometimes you're angry. And when you're angry, anger is an umbrella emotion. And it stops you getting to the actual emotions. And sometimes you haven't got the maturity, the acceptance, well, they'll do, to say, darling, can I speak with you, please? And then sit down and rationally say, when we went out tonight to see some of my friends who I haven't seen for years, and to talk to them in my own native language, which I don't really get to do. I don't get to have conversations. You know, I know you felt a little bit left out, but you know, I felt it was unnecessary for you to get all shitty. And I understand that it was boring for you, but, you know, you did have the option to come in, and I'm sorry if I upset you the way I was. Sometimes you haven't got that in you. Sometimes you're annoyed and you just want to go. And then when she says, can I borrow your scooter? You go, no, I need it. And she's like, yeah, but I've just got to go and get some stuff. Yeah, but I've got to go and get some stuff. Why should you have it? Get a taxi, get a tuk-tuk. And you're just doing the lazy man's. And usually what happens at the end of those is, because the pressure starts building up, at some point someone just goes, oh, for fuck's sake. And you go, yeah, hang on a minute. Hang on. I'm sorry. And then you make up, and then the sex is great. And it was all worthwhile. But yeah, I'm not so convinced he's the monster the whole world is trying to make him out to be. It's just clickbait, innit? Stephen Crowder murdered his wife with words. Right, people, what is his sidekick's name? Justin. Maybe I'll find it if I search for that. Right, whatever. It's a really interesting video, actually. I don't think his name is Justin, or I'll find it immediately. Oh, I found it immediately. Right, now there's a lot of it, so we're not going to watch it all, but there's some absolutely classic bits on here. Let me see if I can find it where it starts getting good. Right, hang on. Hang on. Sorry about the vaping. I'll just mute myself and I'll have a mega vape. Right. Now, I could do a whole show on this. The body language, the micro expressions, the behavioural, the unconscious behaviours. It's just it's an explosion of sexuality and sensuality. But there's also, what would we call it? There's also a red herring. No, it's not a red herring. It's a MacGuffin. There's also a MacGuffin that is almost better for me than everything else that's going on. And it's some pretty high competition. Let me give you the... Okay, so this is her best moments. Dang. I think this might be the one. So there's a show called Whatever, right? And it's kind of these two conservative millennials, and they get loads of non-conservative chicks on, and then they argue with them. And they usually get a guest. Occasionally they get a guest on. Now in this one, they've got, I think it's Justin. Is it Justin Tate? Justin is a terrible name for a geezer, isn't it? So there's a few things I want you to look out for, because all of these women, let's just have a look. Let me just take you through them. Hang on. All right, there you go. Hang on.
Partner, my husband.
Whoa. Right. You see the one in the pink who's got massive cans and is almost naked. I think it's fair to say she's the least clothed there. An attractive lady, though, without a doubt. Now, she's got an OnlyFans account, right? And she's making a fair buck. This one here, she doesn't say much at all. This one, probably the most natural beauty out of all of them, right? She gets really pissed off because Leela, who's not in this shot, Leela is not the most good looking, but has got the highest IQ. And this woman here can't work out with her natural beauty why Leela's getting so much attention from Justin Tate or whatever his name is. This one here, it's just a very, very sad story. I'm not being nasty. This one here has also got an OnlyFans account, but I'm guessing it's about 25p a month, whereas over here you're looking at 25 quid a month. This one here is just Flirtarama. She continually tries to expose more of her not so big boobs and is just staring at the Tate fella as much as she can. But before we get into all that, I've got to show you something. Right. What the fuck is going on here? Look at Kaiser Wilhelm. Right? Now, before we get into the actual... That's Leela there. And she does a great job. I mean, look at that rude bastard. These two are having a conversation. Why is he not even looking at her? He does in the end, by the way. It's really interesting. He turns around and actually faces her. He hasn't got the words. He can't do what Tate does. He just hasn't got it. He tries to, but it's just not convincing. But we need to look at Wilhelm Kaiser with her. What's that act called? It's called a picklebrow or something. It's right. But what I'm going to do, I think this is better than doing a body language breakdown of the rest of them, right? I'm going to just turn the volume off, right? So we're not going to listen to the argument. Actually, we'll have the volume up. But we're just going to watch her because this girl... How am I going to explain this? Hang on. Hang on. That girl with the picklebrow, Paxmax will tell you how it's pronounced, picklebrow or something like that it's called. She's absurd. I can tell you pretty much what all the rest of the people in the room are thinking, and with some confidence as well. You can never be 100%, but they're young girls. They're like girls who are like 18, maybe 25, that age group. They're not very emotionally or intellectually advanced. Leela is. She's miles out ahead intellectually, but their giveaways, their tells are obvious. The one in the little pink boob tube is just like twisting her hair and it's like, okay, just write fuck me on your forehead. Oh, you have. But old Picklebrow there, she doesn't even respond to what's going on the screen. Right, it's hard. I need to give you this interpretation before I show you it, or it won't make sense. It's not that she doesn't do anything. She does loads. She pulls faces. She sort of, frowns and bites her lip and turns her head and sort of does this and sort of does this. But it's got nothing to do with what's being said. She's in a world of her own. Now, she's a very pretty girl, and I'm thinking that maybe, out of all those birds, I would choose her. But not because she's Asian and I've got yellow fever, but they are. We have to count those. Because she's so individual, she's not playing along. All of the other girls, except for Leela, and I have to keep saying that, Leela's, like I said, intellectually and emotionally, miles ahead of the rest of them. But this girl is just there, just having a little party in her head. If I didn't know better, I'd think she was on acid or something. So we'll just focus on her. And I don't know whether you'll enjoy it as much as I did, but I watched it a few times because she's very strange. Right, how do I get that up there? Display, capture, order, move to the top. Right, so there she is, our little Picklebrow. So I will play the audio, but just keep an eye on her and see how little her responses have got to do. Look where she's looking at the moment. Thinking about what she had for dinner last month. Yeah, check her out.
life for the woman, and absolutely equal sexual pleasure is very important. So I'm sorry that you didn't experience that in your marriage.
Did you see her agreeing to nothing? Just nothing. Look.
Yeah,
Because I think an authentically Christian marriage, the man gives his life for the woman, and absolutely equal sexual pleasure is very important. So I'm sorry that you didn't experience that in your marriage.
Sure.
Yeah.
I might have multiple family.
Oh.
You never know. I might like family more than you. So much I have
What is
5.
she
Do you think that's a
doing?
good thing to have multiple families?
I think it's good if there's one dad and there's not a bunch of step parents involved, and the dad can be the hero, and those 5 families live a 10x better life than they would have otherwise. Yes, ma'am, I do.
But you don't think that
Yeah,
it would
no,
be
no, it's a
ultimately
no now, is it?
an opportunity for
No,
jealousy or
no.
disharmony amongst
Women
two
are always going
different
to be
families?
jealous.
Smile
What's
now.
changed
I'm not
about that?
jealous in
Women
my
have been jealous
marriage.
all the way through time. So
I'm not jealous in my marriage.
I don't care about your marriage. I'm talking about mine.
Oh,
my
la,
life
la,
is
la.
gonna be, so I don't answer to you.
Whoa,
That's my answer.
whoa.
I'm gonna run my situation exactly how I want to, and generally, when I do that, that's when I have the most
What is she
happiness,
doing?
let's say, in my life. So
And you would want that for your daughters?
yeah, I live my life unapologetically on my terms. So if my daughters that are overly spoiled and educated in every way and have friends all over the world and world traveled and the best
Not
schools in
even
the world,
looking
if they
at
have
the
a problem at the end of
conversation.
the day, then they can
What's
kick rocks
that?
too. I'm not going to simp for my daughters. I'll love them fully. But if they grow up and turn into a person that doesn't want to get in line with me, or look, here's my goal as a parent.
Do you think she's
Teach my
listened to
children
any
how
of
the world
it?
works. Give them the skills
Clapping.
so they can live on their own terms,
Just a
and
bit
give
of
them a
clapping
choice. If
there.
they choose not to make me part of their life after I've given them those things, I've still succeeded as a father.
Okay.
But I guess I'm asking if you're comfortable answering, obviously.
She
but are you
pretty
wanting to be a
much
role
does
model
that
for your kids? Is
for
that
an
part of
hour.
your-
1,000%. A father should show up in
She's-
every way for his children. I think I'll be
She's
better
nodding
than
her
most
head.
fathers,
She's not
regardless of how many
listening.
children I have.
Yeah,
I might
sure,
have
sure,
100.
sure. Yeah.
But you think part of being a role model, it's okay for your kids not to know even your relationship status with their own mom?
Anyway, that really amused me. Let's try and get the full picture back in, and so let's have a look, and we'll try and see what's going on with some of these other ladies, Leela and Amania. Is it? I still really need to know what his name is. I need you lot to tell me. Cause I know you probably have. But can you tell me? Mouse Cat's dropped a donation in. Thanks, mate. And he says this. Oh, why can't I see that? Chris, when you get the time, watch Tate's new interview at the BBC at his place while under house arrest. He ruins the woman interviewer. Yeah, I think I find Tate a little bit unconvincing as well, to be honest with you. It's, it's like he's scripted. His answers are scripted. He hasn't really got the chops for what he's delivering. However, nor have most journalists these days. So, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but, Tristram. Is Tristram Tate, is it? Thank you, Mousecat, for the donation and the comment. I will check it out. Campbell doesn't see it. Well, I mean, in fairness, Stephen, there's another 40 minutes, and I'm basing my summary of her behaviour based on the whole thing, rather than just that. So when I see that, I'm laughing at a hell of a lot more than what I just showed you. But maybe there's Psyop Tate. So it's Tristram Tate, is it? Yeah, I'm with you, Crusher Grape. I find him a little bit unconvincing. Right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some of this very interesting behaviour and body language. I mean, for a start, this is interesting. Holding the hand on the microphone. As this is the bloke who runs the show. This is his partner, but this bloke's got no chin, so he's grown a chin beard, which is all right. If you've got a very feminine chin, cover it up with a beard. Why not? Get the most out of what you haven't got. This geezer here, but there's no need for her to hold hers. There's no need for him to hold this. They've all got bases on them. There's no need for him to hold that. There's a reason we hold things. It's comforting. And it does go back to young childhood and castration and the like. For a female, it's a different situation and far more complicated, and I don't know enough about it to go into it. But holding it makes very little sense. But hopefully, I mean, to be fair, Leela Rose, this one here, she wins this argument. She absolutely smashes him. He does, and at one point, he'll turn around and face her. And so he fucking should. It's so rude to have a debate with someone. You know, if I were, and I'll tell you what, fair play to Leela for not saying, can you at least do me the basic? Give me the basic respect of turning round. I don't really want to talk to your back. If you're going to talk to me, but, you know, it's just, this shows me a hatred of women. He dislikes women. I don't get that from Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate doesn't dislike women. He loves himself. And he knows that in our culture, attracting women is currency. And so that's the role that women play in Andrew Tate's life. You know, I doubt he actually enjoys sex. It's, you know, because sex is something you do in private. And it, you know, that has got no value for Andrew Tate. This man, as far as I'm concerned from watching this, he doesn't like women. And it continually comes across. Anyway, let's check out some of it. I'll go back a bit. All right, so we'll take it from here. Let's have a look at some of it.
Human rights organization defending children in the womb, mothers, fathers, and families.
So based.
What's been healing?
My slut phase.
What have you healed?
So for me, I've been raised in the indoctrination that my job as a woman is to please my male partner, my husband. And as a woman, I was not given pleasure because it didn't have to be reciprocal. Getting divorced and discovering my sexuality, I learned my pleasure is just as important of a right. And so now I get to have that with different people, find out what I like, what I don't like.
I mean, yes, you as a human, you should have sexual pleasure if you want it. It's not right, though. What a ridiculous word to use. A human right? How do you legislate for sexual pleasure? Nonetheless.
Have different experiences to find out what turns me on, what turns me off. And that's healing.
This one here in the black, sort of the prettiest. She doesn't like any of this because she hasn't got the words. She doesn't say anything throughout the whole thing. This one here, she's head over heels in love with him. And you'll see that as we move on.
Know yourself and to learn yourself and to feel good with your pleasure.
The reason this 4 out of 10 here is continually agreeing with her is because she's also got an OnlyFans account, like I say. And I'm guessing it's not earning as much as this one's. It's just a guess. But look again. She's just looking at him as if this one is mirroring. She's looking to build rapport, not because she knows about human behavior, but we all know how to do that. It's a natural thing. When you see someone you fancy, and they're smiling, you smile. When you see someone you fancy and they're upset, you look upset. You know, if you want to attract someone, you mirror them and it builds a rapport. And that's all this one does. She's all over him. She will agree with everything he says and continually adjusts her little boob tube. And I'm not judging these women. If this was 6 blokes and there was an alpha female in the room, it would be much the same. It would be much the same. They'd all have their own little things going for the hot bird in the room. You know, this isn't necessarily a gendered thing. It just so happens that this is the setup that we've got.
Not limit it because of what someone else thinks.
But we really need Layla to turn up because that's when it gets good. And now look this is the woman talking. And why is he facing over here? I mean, it's just so rude and it's weak. It's weak. Let me get myself on camera. Hang on. I've got to get this sped up a bit, haven't I? Hello. Right, hang on. Whoa, whoa. Right, let's put that there. If I move over here. God, why is my auntie sending me thousands of photos from Spain? How's that? I've got to go all the way over here. Right, so this is so rude. It's weak. It's weak to turn your back to someone you're having a conversation with, a debate with. You know, just think of it. Just think about doing that. Someone says to you, I think you're wrong. And you go, yeah, well, I think you're wrong. You know, it's like a spoiled child. Spoiled children do that, don't they? They just turn around and go, no, I'm not going. I'm not going. You know, if you're confident, if you're strong, you face your opponent. You're not, you know, he doesn't want to see her because she's Leila exudes confidence. She believes in what she's saying. Whereas this fella, it's a performance. Now, because it's a performance, does that mean he doesn't believe it? No. But because it's a performance, it's not strong. He can't be confident with it because he can't deal with potential anomalies. He can't deal with it being his you know, if he gets questioned and he doesn't know the answer, he hasn't got the rehearsed, performed part to deal with it. If he's looking away from her, that won't show because she can't fucking see him. And like I say, when he does turn round, the point where he does turn round, you suddenly realise that out of all the women in there, and there's at least 3 that are hotter than Leela looking, he'll take Leela over the lot of them. Because she's not an idiot. Because she's questioned him. And he's not used to that. These people are surrounded by yes men and yes women. You know, I'm not saying they traffic women, but they are pimps. You know, they move women around the world and they get paid for sex. And, you know, if that's what they want to do for a living, I'm absolutely fine with that. But, you know, they're used to women just saying yes, 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 yes. Leela's not interested in him. She's a Catholic. She's got a husband. She's got no interest in him. And it's probably one of the first women he's come across in a long time who's not interested in him. And that causes him problems.
Typically, Christian marriage, the man gives his life for the woman, and absolutely equal sexual pleasure is very.
Note how he's doing this on his pole. Any repetition is self-comforting. Any. That is self-comforting. That is self-comforting. That is self-comforting. And when you've got a phallus in your hand and you're going like that, not only is that self-comforting, comforting. No, what an amazing Freudian slip. Comforting. Not only is that self-comforting, but it's phallic self-comforting. I mean, it doesn't get any clearer. Let's take it back just a second.
Life for the woman, and absolutely
look at him wanking it. Look.
Pleasure is very important. So I'm sorry that you didn't experience that in your marriage.
Yeah.
I might have multiple family. Oh. You never know. I might like family.
I mean, look, talking over your shoulder at her. Just turn your body. That is a man who's scared of women. He's scared of women. Scared of them. Especially intelligent women. Why? Because they threaten him. They threaten him because he thinks, like Andrew Tate, he thinks he's a big brain. And he's not. He's a bit of a dolt, actually.
Family more than you. So much I have 5.
Do you think that's a good thing to have multiple families?
I think it's good if there's one dad and there's not a bunch of step parents involved, and the dad can be the hero, and those 5 families live a 10x better life than they would have otherwise. Yes, ma'am, I do.
But you don't.
Script. Now, did you see this one here? I haven't cut her out, right? I haven't cut this one. Right, see my cursor, the one in the red top, right? I haven't cut her out. That's the edge of the screen. I'm going to take it back just a little bit. Watch her. While he's saying that, she's staring right at him. She says 2 words. This is her reply to what he says. Facts, facts. Which is as much as, I love you, I love everything about you. Try and hear her. Or if you can't see her, just watch her. She does, she goes, facts, facts. I mean, maybe that's what the kids say these days. Yeah, facts. But check it.
Well, I just ma'am, I do.
But you don't think that it will.
Hang on here. A bunch of step parents involved, and the dad can be the hero, and those 5 families live a 10x better life than they would have otherwise. Yes, ma'am, I do.
But you don't think that it will be ultimately an opportunity for jealousy or disharmony amongst
women are always
going to
be jealous. What's changed about that? Women have been jealous.
No, women aren't always going to be jealous. What? Eh? In your life, I mean, I think you've just said a little bit more about yourself than the whole of the female population, mate. Women are always going to be jealous. It doesn't matter if I have 5 families and I'm the one dad. That's better than 5 stepdads. Oh, is it? You think so? Because women are always going to be jealous. Yep.
That was all the way through time. So,
I'm not jealous in my marriage.
I don't care about your marriage. I'm talking about...
I mean, what? Hang on. You just said women are always going to be jealous. She said, I'm not jealous. And he went, I don't care about your marriage. No, that's not what she said. She said she's not jealous. And that in answer to your question, in answer to your statement, women are always going to be jealous. And then his answer, looking over his shoulder, I don't care about your marriage. Just unbelievably aggressive and unpleasant. I mean, take it out on your own mother. Don't take it out on this very respectful, intelligent woman who's trying to have a conversation with you. If you don't want that conversation, mate, don't turn up on this podcast where you're having conversations. That's what you're there for. Don't try and make out she's bugging you. She's only bugging you because she's not like the others going, facts. I didn't ask about your fucking marriage. Well, you did actually. When you said all women, you included her. It's ridiculous. He's not an alpha male. He's a struggle. This man's struggling with his life. He's got his nasty sports coat on and his fake tan, but you know what? You can't have a conversation with an intelligent woman. Good Lord. Have you read Oedipus?
My mind. Well, my life is going to be, so I don't answer to you.
What? You do actually in a conversation. You know you're having a conversation with her. You get that? Is that? I don't answer to you. Yeah, she's not asking you to answer to her in the way that I don't answer to you. No, but you do when you're talking to you. You literally do answer her. And you have been. You idiot. All I'm getting from him is fear of women. And you know what I'm getting from her? Very, very stable personality.
So that's my answer. I'm going to run my situation exactly how I want to. And generally, when I do that, that's when I have the most happiness, let's say, in my life. So that's all.
Oh, look, there you go. That's all. Back to her. She holds herself so well. She holds herself so well. Look at this fella now. Again, I can't remember his name. He's now looking at him. He's looking at him as if to say, speak to me. Excuse me, man, who I know I'm above in status and looks and height and money. Speak to me, because I'm comfortable. But this thing over here, my mother over my shoulder, I can't cope with her. Look, he's desperate for this bloke to speak, but he's fiddling around on his phone. He's probably checking his fucking Bitcoin or something. Layla hasn't stopped, and she doesn't need to, because she's not scared, nervous. She's not overwhelmed by his presence. She knows. She knows that he's a weak man. And you know, I don't like this whole thing that we should look up to these. This bloke ain't a Chad. This bloke's a fraud. He's a transparent fraud, and it's just clear as day in this video. We'll watch a little bit more.
And you would want that for your daughters?
Yeah. I live my life unapologetically on my terms. So if my daughters that are overly spoiled and educated in every way and have friends all over the world and world traveled in the best schools in the world, if they have a problem with me at the end of the day, then they can kick rocks too. I'm not going to simp for my daughters. I'll love them fully. But if they
I'm not going to simp for my daughters. They can kick rocks. That means fuck off. So if they don't like him, they can fuck off. It's not simping for your daughters. It's called loving them. And trust me, mate, when they get to about 12 years old, they're not going to love you. They're going to spend the next 5 years causing you all worlds of grief. And that's what a good father does. Copes with that, accepts it, and does his best in a very difficult situation. What are you going to do? Chuck them out on the street? Oh, you 13-year-old girl, you can kick rocks. I live my life on my fucking terms. All right. It's just embarrassing. Look at the way... I mean, is he going to talk to his daughters like that? Over his shoulder? I don't answer to you. Imagine him saying that to a 13-year-old. She'll be like, what? You sound just like the girls at school. You're meant to be my father.
Grow up and turn into a person that doesn't want to get in line with me, or at least... Look, here's my goal as a parent. Teach my children how the world works. Give them the skills so they can live on their own terms.
Assuming you know.
And give them choice. If they choose not to make me part of their life after I've given them those things, I've still succeeded as a father.
Facts. Look, this one here. She's still processing that. This one is just daggers at Layla. Just daggers. How dare you? How dare you engage him? It obviously doesn't like you. Look how beautiful I am.
But I guess I'm asking if you're comfortable answering, obviously. But are you wanting to be a role model for your kids? Is that part of
1,000%. A father should show up in every way for his children. I think...
An absolute contradiction of what he just said.
I'll be better than most fathers, regardless of how many children I have. I might have 100.
But you think part of being a role model, it's okay for your kids not to know even your relationship status with their own mom?
They will know the relationship status with me and their mother.
But you have other relationships with other women, too.
What does that have to do with anything?
But I'm just wondering if you think
I haven't even said that. I'm just saying, like, if I want to, I will.
But you don't think that's a problem for your daughter to know that about their dad? That he has multiple mistresses?
That's up to my daughter, man.
No, now suddenly they can do what they want. Did you see him exhale? Then he was like, I didn't come here expecting an intelligent woman. God. That's up to her. You know, no, my daughters are free. They're free. Hang on a minute ago, they had to step in line with you or they can fuck off. They're free now. She's smashing him. How amazing is this, that this bloke who's part of this little duo that walk around the world, you know, the new Chads of the 21st century, and his 23-year-old Catholic girl is just effortlessly tearing strips off him. Effortlessly.
You know.
But do you want your daughter to have a guy like that long term?
If he takes care of her in every way and she has a much better life because of it, yeah.
Can I ask you one more question?
Fire away, honey.
Okay. If you have a place in...
Amazing. Let's just have a look. Have a look at his expression. When he says, fire away, honey, his face breaks. And I mean breaks. It collapses. He goes... It's like a 5-year-old child when his grandmother says, good boy, Tommy. And the little kid's like, because he's not used to it from his mother, but his grandmother's given him some love. Then it literally sort of breaks. Watch it. It's amazing. And then he says, fire away, honey. And it's weird because that's kind of a contradiction. Because it's not, he doesn't use honey as in sweet tits. It's not that pejorative. It's actually quite positive. And that sentence is quite a contradiction. Fire away, honey. There's actually an attraction there. And that's why his face breaks like that. Just watch it. It's amazing. So much happens in that just couple of, 1 second.
much better life because of it. Yeah.
Can I ask you one more question?
Fire away, honey.
Okay.
Did you see it? And immediately changes it. Look, he's pulled a lip retraction straight in. That when you do that, when you cover your right, listen, there's no absolutes in body language and behaviour. There's no absolutes, but what you do have is a baseline. And when you change from that baseline, if he was doing this all the way through, this would mean nothing. But when he gave that away, he gave it away with his words, honey. He gave it away when his face collapsed because it was like, ah. And then he realised, hang on, this isn't the flow chart. This isn't the performance. I've just given to her. She's beating me here. And so the first thing that he does is pulls his lips in. It's as if to say, you shouldn't have said that. He's saying it to himself. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have. And by said, I mean the verbal and the non-verbal, the honey and the face collapsing. He's pulled his lips in. It's like he's checking himself. Whoa, you just showed vulnerability.
If you have only one place in your heart for one woman, or you want to have one woman in your heart, I think you said, why don't you just commit to one and choose to be faithful to her?
I'm just not wired that way. I spent my whole 20s trying to fix myself. I thought something was wrong with me.
You're a man of self-control. You work out, you do business.
Yeah.
You can possess.
Yeah. And she found the contradiction. He talks about, and I've seen him in other places talking about how he's sorted himself out, how he controls things, how he's not stuck to the fight or flight of his amygdala, how his limbic system doesn't drive him. He's not prehistoric. You know, he's not there. He's a modern man. He's worked it all out. And then when she catches him out on that, what is that when we go, yeah? I mean, that is both agreeing and disagreeing. Because when you say to someone, yeah, you mean no. But you also mean yes, or you wouldn't say it. You'd just say no. Or you'd go, no. That's what you do, don't you? In a debate with someone and they say, well, you think so-and-so. You go, no, wrong. But when you go, yeah, it's a parapraxis. It's half and half.
Possess your own power and do.
And this lot now, you know, they it's all over. Look at Dagger Eyes. She has not moved. She's like Medusa. She's Medusa, but she looked in the mirror. She turned herself to stone. This one's just, you know, I'll grab hold of him on the way out. You know, I'm sure he'll fuck me. This one, very confident with herself. I think that, you know, there's two kinds of prostitutes. There's many kinds of prostitutes. And she sells her body for sex. She's got an OnlyFans account. And that's not a judgment. That's what she does for a job. But in my experience, and what many prostitutes have told me, there's two types. It actually was first told me in the context of porn models. There's two types. There's those who enjoy the sex and those who are reliving trauma. And this one is not reliving trauma. This one, who later on in the video tells you about a single mother, and the many men who came and all the dramas. And you know, if you look at those two women, which one? They both got OnlyFans account. You know, it's kind of obvious at this stage which one is which here. This one's just all looks. This one's just please like Latino women. Please like. She's just counting on that now. That's all she's got left. She's not the nicest looking one on the table, but she is close to him, and she is able to communicate with him. You know, she's agreed with everything he's said. She's shaking her head. Everything Leela's said. We'll just watch a little bit more because there's a nugget coming up.
Direct it the way you want to direct it.
It's not how I am.
You think that might be a limited mindset?
I think it's none of your business, but
wanted. And look at Leela's face because she knows she's won. They're having a conversation, for fuck's sake. And he what is it? This is how alpha males act, is it? No. You're having a debate, and halfway through, She says, do you not think, it's a fair question. Do you not think that's a limited mindset? His answer is, it's none of your business. Oh, sorry. Can you write down what questions I can ask you? Because you're obviously not able to maintain a debate when you keep saying things like, it's none of your business, or I do what I want. Who are you to ask me? No, not convincing, and that is a fail. Let's deal with some of those super chats that have come in. Oh my God. Hey, hello, son. How are you? I'm all right. Nice to see you. Well, I hope you heard that, because that was a lot of talking if it was all mutation. Right, here we go. Where are we? We done that. Pete. Hello, Pete. 2778. Oh, I've got to do this again. I'll tell you what, this entropy like. Oh, maybe it didn't come up. Pete. There you go. Just tried to become a member of the channel again, but it wouldn't let me. Have a lady Godiva. Nice one, Pete. Pete, I don't know why. I've got plenty of members. I don't know. So I apologise, Pete. I can speak to YouTube if you want. I'll ask them why people can't be members. I'll do that for you, because it's obviously for me as well. But thanks for trying again. That must be really irritating. Nice one for the lady, though. A price you can R2. Before I answer Paxmax's one here, Blog says, is he Andrew's brother? I don't know. I just know he's part of their double act. Someone in the chat might be able to tell you. JP says, 100% he gets pegged. You sort of get that feeling. It's an unconvincing. I don't find Andrew Tate convincing, but Andrew Tate does a better performance. It's a better act. He's rehearsed it more. I think Andrew Tate needs it more. Andrew Tate needs to pretend he's that person for traumatic reasons, for sure. Well, nothing's for sure, but that's where I put my money. This bloke doesn't need it. You know what? You know who this bloke needs? Andrew Tate. And that's why that's an interesting conversation. This bloke is all about impressing Andrew Tate. He's his simping, he's his sycophantic best mate. I've had loads of them in my life. I've had people at art school who've just lagged onto me and done anything for me, and I've hated them because they're a nightmare. It's just like, there's no conversation there. Everything you say, they're like, yeah, great. You're like, come on, man. And yeah, and that's who he is. He's like, he's Tate Light, isn't he? Tate and Lyle. An unpleasant character. Let's see what Paxmax has got to say. Cheers, Paxmax. This doesn't work. Oh, there we go. Entropy is acting crazy. My payment profile seems deleted. Pisses me off, but good show. Good show. Nice show. Wonderful show. Cheers, lads. Nice one, Paxmax. Paxmax, what's the act called? That thing? Pickenbauer. Is it a Pickenbauer? Something like that. Otto says he's happy thinking it's Tristram Tate. It doesn't. Yeah, you're right. I am Otto, because it doesn't really matter to me what his name is. I just know that he's the other half of that unconvincing double act. There's a lot of people on the right saying that these are good role models, and actually, Andrew Tate is better than most. I'll take Andrew Tate over Jordan Peterson for sure. For young boys, I'll have young boys look at Andrew Tate and think, hang on a minute, yeah, actually, I am a man, and it's all right being a man, and we've achieved a lot, and I do deserve more respect. Yeah, I think that's fair enough, but it's a far cry from the kind of alphas we really need. Right, okay. Let's go here. Oh. Give me a sec, people. Oh, we're going to do that this week. Right, where are we? Oh, hi. I'm so crap at this entropy. Oi! Can I tell them? You know what I'm talking about. Can I tell them or not? I don't mind. Right, got a donation here. Mr. Ravenscroft, back at work now in the gatehouse. Thank you, Brian. I'm talking. Hello, RMF. I didn't know you were here. He isn't the other half of that double act, Dangerfield. You're completely wrong. There you go. I have seen the pair of them do stuff together, so, you know. Okay. Mousecat says, Andrew Tate's head isn't the right shape. JP says, the bloke you try to get rid of by running when they go for a pish. RMF says, I've been through loads of Andrew Tate's content. I've never seen this guy. Who is it? I've been asking as well. Tristan Tate? It is now. Yeah, but I think that Otto's called a Pickenbauer or something like that. I don't know. Okay, so people. I can now let the cat out of the bag. This fella, Brian Ravenscroft, long-time scrub, regular donator, came out to Phnom Penh and we arranged to meet up. I've met up with, 15 scrubs out here? And he told me where his hotel was, literally on my scooter about a minute over there. Did I tell you my girlfriend got knocked off her scooter? I must have done. She's given it back to me, so I've got a scooter again. But it goes like this. Because it's curved. But his hotel was like a minute away, so there's a little cafe just near there that I knew. And I met him up there. Lovely bloke. We had a couple of cups of tea, a little bit of chicken pitta and that. And I said to him, here, I'll jump on the back of the scooter. I'll show you where the ladies of easy leisure are of an evening. Zoomed up there. It was middle of the afternoon, so there weren't much happening up there. But I said, you can walk there and back from your hotel. You'll have no trouble. It's safe as houses. But, you know, if that's your cup of tea. And then he went AWOL. And he was gone. Most people who've come out here and met me, understandably, because they're on holiday and I can help them out with where to go and, you know, how to save a bit of money here and there and where's the good markets. But, oh no, Brian was gone. About a week later, I said, do you want to meet up at the same place? He said, yeah, all right. He was a different man. He was a different man. You know that song, One Night in Bangkok Makes a Hard Man Humble? Well, 1 week in Phnom Penh put a spring in Brian's step, put it like that. Now, what happens in Phnom Penh stays in Phnom Penh. But when I said to him, how's it been then? He went, I could do with another month, to be honest. He had a lovely time. He had an absolutely lovely time. Really nice to meet you, Brian. You know, different people you meet and that, when they're sort of strangers. I mean, I know you've heard me jabbing, but I've not heard you jabbing. But it was just effortless, wasn't it? We had I think we'd done a couple of hours both times. Give him a lift back to his hotel on the way back. You know when someone gets on the back of your bike, they put their arms around you. We're going about 5 miles an hour. But it was lovely to see you, Brian. And you can see the attraction, can't you? It's a nice place, man. It's a nice place out here. Nothing like Thailand. People think it would be like Thailand, but it isn't. But it has got a real charm to it. And I've got nothing to gain from people liking Cambodia, you know. People like it. But I'm happy when people take a risk. You know, if you've only got one holiday a year, I'm not saying you have, but if you've only got one holiday a year, there's places you can go where you're pretty much certain to, you know, you have a beach, you're going to get cheap booze and, you know, a few parties. But when someone takes a risk and goes to Cambodia, it's not high on the old holiday list. And he absolutely loved it, as far as I could gather. And it made me happy. It was, you know, when people, oh, look at all the BRs in the chat. Amazing. Yeah, he really seemed to like it. I mean, the second time we were trying to work out how he was going to get out here again. Work out how he was going to live out here. Amazing. But, you know, lovely that he had a good time. Really lovely. It was good to meet you, Brian, really. I bet getting back to work weren't easy. It's difficult, isn't it? But there you go. It is a bit hot and sweaty. There was one night, blogs, Brian emailed me. He said, is it me or has it got hotter? And I think I said to him, once it's over 33, it's just too hot. That's it. Right. On the same page, I'm still not sure whether they are Roy Orbison or Ronnie Craig glasses. But whichever they are, they suit you, Dave. Oi, people, don't forget, it was on the same page who originally said, what was it? If you change the format and I don't like the format or the content, you know the one. That was on the same page who originally said that. Amazing. Nice one, man. Well, I'll take, they're not Orbison. I think Ronnie Craig, I did try and get a pair like Ronnie Craig's, but Ronnie Craig's have got the straighter browsers, haven't they? And these aren't my first pair. I sat on my first pair. The ones I had before didn't have the metal on the underside, but you know. Anyway, yeah, I bet. Thank you on the same page. Yeah, I bet it was Brian. Hello, Honey Monster. You know, different. You know, you've been living in, you know, having every day off and in the heat and some lovely ladies perhaps, and then it's not so hot and you're back at work. It is difficult. It is difficult. Otto says that Japan in the summer was unbearable. Yeah, I mean, it can get unbearable here, but at the same time, once you've been here for a while, you just know when you don't go out in it. Like sometimes I see people out in the middle of, you know, like 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the hottest part of the year, and I'm like, nah, man, you're gonna wake up with your head's gonna be melted. But it takes a bit of time to learn all that sort of stuff. Hello, Willow. They have got a bit of Harry Worth about them. I think I tried to, you know, tick a few cool boxes. There is a bit of Malcolm X in them too. Yeah. Jess needs to start getting it sorted. What's that? Getting yourself out here? Coming on holiday? Charlie Sparkle's coming on holiday as well. Oh, there you go. Look. Girls on tour. Oh no, Jessie's going to do the Appalachia. She's going to go and see Alan and Mr. Campbell. I fancy a bit of that, Jess, as well. Both Steve and Alan have said I can go and see them. I mean, I might have hello, Sufis. I might have a bit of trouble getting into America, but we'll see. On the same page, thank you for that donation as well. Right, people, that is me done. Hello, Steve. Sorry I haven't said hello. It's all a bit difficult. Why can't I super chat? I don't know, Mr. Funny Names. You can, if you can't super chat, try Entropy. The link is pinned to the top. If you use Entropy, you don't give YouTube a penny. They're good people at Entropy. They support free speech. But I don't know why you can't super chat. You should be able to. It is available. I have been getting a few. Anyway. Alright, people. I want to thank everyone who donated. I want to thank Rags and the boy Cray for looking after the place. I want to thank all of you lot for coming in. I have got the coof. I'm not on it. I'm learning how to use OBS to stream, so apologies if it's been a bit clunky. I haven't got a lot of energy, but you know, we've had 100 odd people here from the start, so something went well. I will improve my OBS game, and when I can finally work out how to use it, it will be better. I haven't just done this to fuck things up. In the long run, it'll be better. We can run polls and we can have all sorts of things going on, and it needed doing. And it also means I can stop paying StreamYards. I better cancel that tonight, actually. Look at that. Pete's dropped another lady in. Nice one, Pete. That's Machano Kushapanata Tutu. Cheers, mate. Well, I'm not quite gone because I'm going to play a tune. It's one I don't usually play. It's a soft one. I will be putting your messages on the screen. Thank you all. It really is a privilege and a pleasure to be able to stream and have people come along. And especially as I've been sick, I haven't been out of the house really in about 10 days. My girlfriend comes round, drops off some food. I don't want to give her the coof, so I sort of give her a little twiddle and a little biddle. But I haven't even kissed my girlfriend since she's come back from the provinces. But if she gets it, it will be even longer when I can't, so... Yeah. Hello Dax as well. Hello Barrett Zippo. Hello Baz. Hello Charlie. Good lord, there's loads of people I haven't seen. Oh, hello Zachary. Spike. Oh, usually Spike. No worries. Sorry if I haven't said hello to you because I'm trying to learn the new system. It's all arse about tit. So we will get there. No worries. And thank you for putting up with it while we're going. Right, I'm going to play 2 tunes, but you won't have probably... I haven't played them before. So let me see how quickly I can sort this out. Well, that was quite quick. Bit boring though, it's just that. Anyway, here we go. This is called Lullaby. Packer.
So Picking a bird up, getting rough on the good stuff. Only white rats know what to do. Puking on train tracks, dropping my porno mags. Only white rats know what to do.
Hang on a minute. I've only just been told that you haven't been able to see the messages on the screen, and I've been putting them all on it. So thank you, whoever said that. That's something else I'll have to get right, but it should be working now. So, oh man, what's that? Even now, Windows. Anyway, we'll carry on, and we should be right from now.
In the meantime, I'm gonna fly. What about you? If you want some, I'm gonna try something new. Picking up plastic things, praying for another lick. Only white rats know what to do.
Hello, Mr. Bonton. Hello, Johnny.
I'll give you a shirt on my back for a quick go on your rock pipe jack. Only white rats know what to do. In the meantime,
cheers,
I'm
John.
gonna fly. What about you? If you want some, I'm gonna try something new.
Play another one and all.
Feeling like a Peter Pan with a chisel in your back and a knife in your hand. Only white rats know what to do. Puking on train tracks, forgetting my porno mags. Only white rats know what to do. In the meantime, I'm gonna fly. What about you? If you want some, I'm gonna fly something. So excited, so inviting. I gotta get my rocks off. What about you? What about? I'm down, my pretty one. Sleep now, my pretty one. I will help you if I can.
Otto mentioning antiques in songs.
I will move in for a while. Do you want some sugar? Do you need a drink? Do you want some sugar? Do you need a drink?
Good call, Honey Monster. Nailed it.
Of a professional, yeah. I'll get the number of a professional, yeah. Get up, though I know it hurts you.
Oh, I don't know, Zachary. I don't know. Zachary don't sound right. Spike. I don't know the one you mean.
Trembling.
I'm thinking now.
Makes me shine.
Oh, you've got to hear this one out. It's lovely. Hello, Special K. Oh, it's an hour. There you go, people. 42 streaming in an hour, people. Damn right I am, Natalie. How are you, son? I'd like to talk to you, Natalie. You want to come on my channel for a chat? I'm doing a series of streams of 2 people on, actually. If you, maybe we could wrap you up with someone. Want some sugar? Different effect, Pete, but I know what you mean. I get the number. How many times? I'm a professional, yeah. Hello, Linda, darling. I get the number. I'm a professional, yeah. Nice one, Natty. I'll lit you up, mate. Loads of things have happened, haven't they? Things are very different to how they were. Here we go. Check out this classic 90s swell about to happen. His lovely backwards guitar solo coming up now. Well, yeah. There's a lovely little sample, some bird called me up. Here. She said something about November. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed a couple of new tunes there. When I say new, they're about 30 years old. Thank you, everyone. Look after yourselves. I know it's all a bit clunky, but the audio quality on OBS immediately better. So that's already an improvement. Entropy donations going on the screen, that's an improvement. Once I get used to everything else, I'm sure it'll be rocking in the new world. I don't know what that means. I'm sick as a dog. I've got to go and lay down, crack one out. You know how it works. Look after yourselves. Hoitza!